The third main response to our sort of situation with the global food system and the way in which it treats animals in particular is to kind of abstain or reject the animal agriculture part of the system. There are different ways that this can pan out or manifest itself. One of the more extreme ways that you'll have heard of is just kind of straight up veganism, which rejects all use of animal products, all consumption of them for food, but also maybe no wearing of leather, no using honey from bees, so a kind of full-on no exploitation or use of animals. And although we will focus a lot on veganism as one of the main responses to the situation, especially with respect to animals, it's important to know that there's a kind of continuum here of, you can call them the V responses or the abstaining responses or something like that. Veganism might be the most strict or extreme version. It used to be called strict vegetarianism. Then there was ovo-lacto vegetarianism, which was less strict. As you can tell by the name, it means that you eat vegetables plus ovo, eggs, and lacto, dairy. So there are a lot of people who are now just that's called vegetarianism commonly. And you have to think a little bit about the way in which that still involves animals and animal agriculture if you're a vegetarian. Then there are other refraining positions, maybe even further along the continuum. You might have ovo-lacto-vegetarianism plus pescatarianism, people who are willing to eat fish or certain kinds of seafood, but they won't eat land-based meat. You have the freegans, who are people who will eat anything, but the animal products that they eat have to come for free. So gleaners, people looking in dumpster divers, people looking in dumpsters behind supermarkets and restaurants for meat that might still be edible, roadkill, and maybe the stuff your grandma gives you at some Thanksgiving meal. You don't want to reject it. Take it for free, don't pay for it, that kind of thing. Flexitarians then are these other kind of semi-vegetarians who basically are mostly eating vegetables, but occasionally, when it seems appropriate or when they're really hungry for it, eat animal products. And so people are flexitarians for ethical reasons, but maybe also for health reasons, different motivations. And I think a lot of people who are worried about the way animals are treated in the system will still be happy. We'll see Paul Shapiro say something like this from the Humane Society. We'll still be happy if a lot more people would become flexitarians and just eat a lot less meat. So there are these extreme responses, refrain absolutely responses, veganism, and sometimes we'll focus on that just because it's philosophically kind of the most striking. But it's important to see that there's this continuum here in the kind of V response range, and we'll try to develop some of the responses in light of the fact that there's some variation here.